Hello and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but I've been getting the sense that this particular group of the collective has had somebody on their mind recently. This reading is going to be about that today. If you're new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you've been a member of the circle already, then welcome back. Let's see what the circle needs to know about this particular person that's been on their mind lately. Well, I asked for 3 cards in my head and it ended up with 5. But since they all fell out, I'm going to take them. So let's find out what they say here. Wow. Okay, so this is somebody that you're in separation with. A lot of energy here, a lot of heavy contemplation on this other person's part. So we started with I'm not coming back. Then we have I don't need your approval. Yes, it is too late. I lied to you. I don't know how to let you go. I am very much picking up on an energy of a past person here. This is somebody who you may have even been in separation with for a very long time. This could be several years even, because this energy is very, very distant. Now, if it's not that you've been separated for a very long time, it's that the separation is very deep. We have multiple confirmations here of this person being in separation from you, not necessarily being in an energy of wanting to rekindle things or wanting things to be better. So before I move forward here, I'm going to get some clarity here on exactly what some of these cards mean. I have an energy here that I'm reading and I'm picking up on, but I want to make sure before I say anything, because there's so many cards that are confirming separation, I want to make sure I'm clear here on the relationship and all that type of stuff. So let's find out a little bit more about what the tarot has to say about this. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. We have the Hermit. We have the Star. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have Strength on the bottom of the deck. Okay, thank you for confirmation on that, Spirit. Okay, so we have double confirmation here on the I lied to you part and the Strength card. I'm picking up on a couple things with the overall arching energy here of the Strength card. So the first thing I'm picking up on is double confirmation of this person not being honest. So the Strength card is about tapping into inner strength. It's about sometimes yielding or not yielding to baser instincts. It's also a card of authenticity or the lack thereof. This person may not have been very honest with you about how they truly felt about you. Could even be that they weren't honest with themselves, because there's a lot of cards here like the Hermit, the Hanged Man, that are indicating kind of a potential for lack of self-awareness here. So this may have been somebody who was very close to you, somebody who maybe was a best friend for a really long time, or maybe was somebody you were friends with, but there was like this flirtation. I'm picking up on a little bit of like a hot and cold energy. So this is somebody that regardless of how close you were and how important they were to you, it's like they were always there for you in the friend capacity, but then there was like this sort of wavering back and forth between deep friendship and something else. But it's almost like you just never could quite, I don't want to say get to the next level because that's not quite the right word. It's like you couldn't quite get deeper. It's like this person was very closed off. They put on this front to you that they were very non-emotional, that they were very strong. This may be somebody who was brought up in a household where traditional gender roles played a huge part in their upbringing. So they may have, like, for example, fallen very heavily fully into the, I have to be the man and I have to provide and I have to whatever. Or if it was a female, may have fallen very much in the category of the man has to come after me. The man has to prove he's interested. You know, the basic gender roles that are very like traditional, you know, the man's the man, the woman's the woman type of thing. And I'm seeing that for you, you maybe don't fall into that category quite so strictly. This person looks up to you for that, but also there's like a hesitation, or was a hesitation there, because they didn't know what to do with it. It's like your strength kind of showed them where they felt weaker, and they didn't handle that well. Now, what's interesting here is that I'm very much seeing that this person has moved on in some way. So this could be somebody that is with a third party. This could be somebody who is a long lost friend who you had a flirtation with, or you always had that what if we would have been something more, and maybe they're married, or maybe they're with somebody else, or maybe you've been out of contact for a really long time. But I'm seeing that this person in particular, there was always something about you. They still think about you a lot, may even dream about you a lot. You made a very big impression on them in their life. And for that reason, when they have a tendency to dream or think about you, there's enough of an energy there where you start to think and dream about them. So if you're questioning if this is somebody who's been out of your life for a really long time, and it's like all of a sudden you're having dreams or you're thinking about them and you're wondering why, that's why. It's because the energy is being put out there from their side and you're picking up on it with your intuition and things. Now, what I'm seeing here is that this person was sort of suspended in this inauthentic energy for a really long time. This projection that they put on to you and to the people around them. And I'm seeing that through separation from you, and also just through them being in a state where they were forced to kind of be on their own and forced to kind of look at themselves differently. There was a little bit of a shift that happened here where they became more aware of what you meant and or what you could have even been. And there's a regret here. There is this feeling, though, that it's too late. Now, you could have very well given them the impression that it's too late and could have even said that. But I'm getting this impression that even without that, whether you did or didn't do that, they think it's just too late. It's like, it's definitely just, you know, they can't come back or whatever. And what's interesting, though, is they kind of are realizing that in a lot of ways you were their wish fulfillment in a lot of areas, and you may have fulfilled a lot of things that they desired or that they wanted to have but wouldn't be open and honest about wanting. This is somebody who was afraid to be vulnerable with you. If it was a friend that you always question if it could have been more, the answer is yes and no. This person was not ready at the time, so in that way, no. But in the way that they actually did have feelings for you, didn't tell you, the answer is yes. With that, I'm seeing that they went through this process of being disappointed for a long time, being in regret too about you for a long time. It took them a long time to kind of get their head out of their own ass, if that makes sense, because they had to be honest with themselves about how they felt, but they also had to get out of some of these things that were keeping them suspended and stuck. They had to start looking at things from a new perspective, and they had to start creating things and perceptions that better aligned to how they truly felt in their true divine path. And what I'm seeing is it opened up some opportunities for them, but they're still very much in a building phase in their life. Now, outside of the fact that obviously this person has feelings for you, and like I said, there's enough of a connection here, or there was enough of a connection that the two of you, mostly you, know when this person is thinking about you, or when you cross their mind, or when they're dreaming about you. But let's find out if there's anything else you need to know about this particular situation. I just heard that part of the reason why nothing may have happened, or why the separation may have happened, or why things ended up the way that they were, is that at the time when you two were not in separation, whether it was you were romantically involved or you were just friends or whatever, this person felt like what you wanted in your physical world and what they wanted differed too greatly. All right, I have the 7 of Swords, I have the 10 of Pentacles. I have the Empress. Interesting. And on the bottom of the deck is the Magician. Huh. This person self-sabotaged in a lot of ways. And now they're very much becoming more open to the idea of abundance with the 10 of Pentacles in the different areas of their life, and they are nurturing that. I'm also hearing that they are becoming more emotionally aware and vulnerable, which is part of why the energy is being put back out there. So for those of you who are interested in talking to this person again or seeing them again, I am seeing there's a potential for that to happen if you're interested in it. But you have to let this person come to you. And when they do, because I'm hearing there's a good chance they will at some point in one way or another, it'll be contingent on you with how things move forward, if they move forward. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what's on the bottom of this deck. Literally what I just said. Thank you for confirmation. I want to tell you so much. So yeah, this person's been thinking a lot about you. You may have even reached out to this person at some point and, oh, interesting, look at that. I didn't even do that on purpose, but like the Temperance card is here. And I just noticed that too, which has to do with balance and patience, right? And divine timing. I lost train of thought with what I was saying before, but essentially what I was gonna say, I think, was if this person is somebody that you even tried to reach out to before and like nothing happened, this person, although it's like they're still putting on this cold front to you, regardless of where they're at in their life, they still have an interest in you and your well-being. And there's a lot of things they want to talk to you about. There's a lot of things they want to say, but they have to get to a point where they've forgiven themselves from this situation of self-sabotage. They also have to get to a point where they're balanced and healed enough to be honest with you and honest with themselves and ready to be vulnerable in the ways that they need to in order for them to come forward. Ultimately, you're going to be the deciding factor. When they come forward, you will be the deciding factor in how you react to them, how you talk to them. If you even decide that you want to talk to them or you want to have anything to do with them, it will be contingent on you. Now, obviously, for those who this situation is somebody who was like a potential long lost lover, if they're married, they're married. Like, it's not going to be like a, oh, I'm in love with you. It would be more of like they would come back, they'd be honest with you about the past. There'd be more of like a reconciliation, and then maybe there'd be potential for friendship. For those of you where this person is just straight up a romantic partner with nobody else involved, when they come forward, it'll be up to you whether or not it becomes romantic or not. So because this is a collective reading, there's multiple energies here, but ultimately I am seeing that this person, regardless of the manner in which they return, regardless of the manner in which you separated, and regardless of your exact relationship with them, they still think about you a lot. They're still wishing that you would have been present for them through this process, but it's like they couldn't become the person they needed to be without the separation. So I'm going to leave the reading here. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video. I'm not going to give you a specific affirmation for this because I feel like it's very contingent on your specific situation. But if you have an affirmation and you want more energy behind it, feel free to share it in the comments below, because you're putting more energy out there, and as the other members of the circle read or like or comment on your affirmations, it builds up the energy. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.